principal. And of course, she said, "Is it time to evaluate?" And I said, "Yes, it's probably time to evaluate." But I left her office very mad. Got in my car, and I thought, you know, what do you fight for? 86, 87, 88. But
92.
as I turned the car to Stockton Boulevard, and a little 96-year-old sister who was 14 years older than I and died last summer, little old wizened thing. I'm sure I look like her right now. And she was keen. She was keen to the end. And as I turned the corner to Stockton Boulevard, it was like she was seated right on the passenger seat beside me. And she said, "For Christ's sake, Virginia, for Christ's sake, Virginia Mayfield, get smart. Wake up." And she was right. And I heard myself saying out loud, "You're right. Because it is time." And I hope that there's still a little left over that I can still do. But it was time. And I know that is right. Or is it is right and means so to do. But yet, you know the passion I have. When I first started in Reedville, Virginia, teaching in that little high school, that little school, I went home after my husband, World War II, was gone overseas. And the principal lived with my mother. And she said, "Well, if you go to summer school and get some education courses, I can give you a limited license, and you can teach a 5th, 6th combination here next year." So I did. And I had a professor in summer school, and it was like he had a syringe. And he said, as he walked up and down the class, "You are going to be a teacher. You are going to be a public servant. You're never going to make a fortune. You're going to teach in a box that they call a classroom. But you are going to have power. You are going to have the key to forming a child's life." When we had the strike, I couldn't strike because of that injection I got. That's all. Couldn't do it. And it's just as vivid and strong today as it was then.
Amen.
I've never waked up a morning not wanting to go. Double negatives, I suppose, then. I have loved every minute of it. When you spend a day calling a child by name because he keeps doing something he shouldn't be doing, and at the end of the day you have closure, and it's closure, a word around, and this kid says to you, "You know, Miss Grabbe, you're the best teacher I've ever had." And you've been giving him hell all the time. You know, you wake up, is his name on your lips? And you say, "Oh." Every child has taught me so much more than I taught them. And you, every one of you, have given me something. There's not one of you in this room that I couldn't say, "Stand here a minute, and let me talk about you just a minute." And I have gotten something from you. You have made my career in Sacramento wonderful. I can never say enough about Sacramento City Unified and my time there, and the people that I've worked with. They're great, you're all great. And tonight has been a banner night in my life. I thank you. If you are a teacher, remember, you have the key. You have power. It can happen. if you are not a teacher, you are a model. You never know who's watching you. The neighbor, your niece, your nephew, your friend. Every one of you have power. But the teacher has been given the key. And I'll never throw the key away. So if I don't wee-wee in my pants, because I've had to go to the restroom since dinner started. And I don't know how to hold it out. What I do want is Tim Gamble here, or Louis, are you here? Could you put this tape in? Look at this. And I'm just going to come down here and move a little bit. But you know what? And I would put a soundtrack on, and I used to think it used to be Dolly. What is it?
Hello, Dolly.
Hello, Dolly. And I'd go down the aisle and kiss the little boys. Well, the first time I did it, they were under the desk. They were not going to have any part of it. But by June, they were all sitting up, "Get me, Miss Grabbe. Get me, Miss Grabbe." So, anyway, if there's anyone that wants to be gotten, instead of me coming to you, maybe you need to go.